Alrighty, y'all. It's your boy KT the Gamer, the Narc Slayer. I want to make this video, and I want y'all to like, subscribe, and share. Now the last video I made, that was part one. Part one was the petty, pathetic things narcissists do, and this is with gameplay. All right, so I'm gonna start getting my game on. You know what I'm saying? Just like any other person. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to start getting my game on, and we're gonna, and, this video is for educational purposes, and this video is for fun. For fun. Also, if you want to watch them, if you want to watch this type of content and whatever the case. But honestly, I would like to say this is a part two. I didn't want to make a part two, but the only problem is for me personally. But I know y'all don't care. Y'all just want to hear. Y'all can't wait to hear what I got to say, based off of my personal experiences with these narcissists. The reason why there's a part two this time is because I left something out. Okay, and I'm gonna break down to get to that point. So actually, I'm gonna start. Hit that like button. If you like my content and all this and that, and this is I'm KT the Gamer, and this is why they call me this. Who's out here making videos about narcissism and gaming mixed with at the same time? Most videos, you got people making videos, right? You got people making videos and having like extra stuff in the background, peaceful stuff, probably angels flying across the stream, what have you. Nah, well, I'm gonna have gaming. But anyway, okay, like I said, when you're dealing with a narcissist, I'm gonna start. When you're dealing with a narcissist, you're dealing with a person that has a fragile ego, okay? A very, very fragile ego. What I mean by that is, if you tell them no, they're gonna get pissed at you. Okay, they're gonna get real mad. And when I say tell them no, what I mean by that is, if they ask you to do something for them and you be like, no, I have something I need to be doing right now, they don't care what you need to be doing. Whatever they want you to do or say, or whatever the case, they want that done right now. They want that done right on right then and there. Sometimes a narcissist will get like this later on in the relationship. Most of the time, that's how they do. Okay. Now, depending on the situation, the reason, depending on the, God dang it, I got shot. Anyway, depending on the situation at hand, like if they're in a situation where they can't control you right now, and they ask you to do something, and you straight up tell them, "Nah, I don't feel like doing it." They're not gonna get mad at the first beginning. They ain't gonna get mad at the first time. I mean, they will on the inside. They always keep their emotions deep inside. They try to have their self-control. So when the time is right, then they'll let them emotions out all on you. All the time. And they look at it like you're doing them wrong when you tell them no. Okay? All the times you told them, I don't have to do what you gotta say, or all the times let's say you might have got a vibe off them that they are narcissistic people or something like that. All the times they add up all the times and hold grudges on you or whatever the case. That they add up all the times that you, quote unquote, apparently did the wrong by saying, listen, I'm not finna let you boss me around. So then when the time is right and they got you where they can really get you, and let's say, for example, the narcissist I was dealing with, she was living with her mom. Okay, I'm always break down my personal stories. Some people are gonna say, "Are you still upset about what that narcissist did to you?" No, I was at first for a long while, but I'm over it now. Like, because now I understand. Once you have an understanding about what narcissism is and why that person did this and that to you, yeah, it sucks. And what they did to you is wrong, and what they did to you is full of shit, and what they did to you sucks. But then you'll understand and feel better, like, damn, all this happened because they hated themselves. So that's why they did this to you. So I just want to let out a little, not a disclaimer, but let's just say a FYI for people out there. I'm over, what my narcissist had done, or not my narcissist, the narcissist. Okay, I'm over it. But this, like I said, these videos are just mostly to help y'all, to help y'all avoid people like this, because I didn't avoid them. I wasn't smart. I was smart, but I wasn't aware of the narcissism I was dealing with. But I think I'm gonna be honest. Naturally, I was okay. Naturally, I was like, but I didn't know what it was called. But I started feeling something off. You know that feeling you get when something feels off. You know, when you start feeling like that, and run, get up out of there. You know what I'm saying? But make sure you got your financial situation straight. Or if you just met this person, make sure you have a already have a game plan set for people like this. If if you started studying it, or if you feel something, even if it's a normal, they don't gotta be no narcissist, but if you feel something off about this person's personality, and they not consistent with their kindness, or they coming off like an asshole, just stay away from them. That's what this channel is about. But anyway, I just had to let that out. I know I got off topic, but I'm back. Anyway, the thing about these narcissists, okay, what happened in my experience of, dealing with a narcissist, she was living with her mom, and she was narcissistic to me a lot of times. I can't even count. It's a history. I was with her for 13 years, but the problem was she couldn't fully get her narc on. You know what I'm saying? Like, she did in her own way. They know how to beat around the bush and get that narcissistic supply off you. The way she was getting her narcissistic supply off me was she would constantly discard me and leave me out of like situations. Like, she'll tell me, hey, we finna go out to eat and go party with some friends, for an example. It'll be something like that. And then while I'm on my way, or then when the day come, she would tell like she forgot. Oh, I don't remember telling you that, or stuff like that. And I'd be like, yo, I thought we was going out and having fun. Like, what are you talking about? It was weird to me. And they get a narcissistic fix off of. They get a narcissistic supply off confusing you. Okay, that's how they do. Okay. And maybe it's off some revenge, or basically some inner jealousy towards me, because of the simple fact that, I was always happy, and they don't like nobody that's always happy. That's another thing too. But she couldn't fully, like, when I say fully get her narc on, okay, basically, okay, here's another thing. She would basically, it ain't always a she, it could be he's too, it'd be man, male, female, grandparents is narcissistic, anything. But anyway, what she used to do was, like I said, it could be, she'll literally promise me how we're gonna have a good time at this party, for example. It could be a party, it could be an event, it could be something. And she'll start acting like standoffish, to the point where you're gonna have to ask that person, okay, what's wrong with you? Are you okay? Like, and then she would be like, stop asking me, am I okay? And see, that's the thing with these narcissists. They look at being sad as a weakness. They look at being, upset as vulnerableness. They look at that, they kills their ego. So when you ask them, are you okay? They get pissed off. That's why. That's another reason why I feel like, they get their revenge on you, because you always being nice to them, and it shames them. Okay, it shames them, and I'm gonna make a video about that. It shames them when you're nice to them. It kills them inside when you are actually trying to be a good person to this person. Okay, and that sucks. But I learned this the hardcore way. Like, how you light up a cigarette. Picture, you accidentally putting the burnt part of the cigarette in your mouth instead of the butt. That's what I got. I got that part of the situation. That's how hardcore it was. That's to say, I've been burned, but I've healed. Like I said, I've been healing, and I'm still healing. Except it's not like I'm hurt about anything anymore. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, the reason I'm telling y'all this, because this is what I know y'all gonna go through or been through, because I've been through it. Okay. And I've been through narcissism all my life, so I understand what the problem is now. I noticed I wasn't the problem. It's they're the problem. So like I said, she's living with her mom, and she couldn't fully get, narcissistically control me, right? So therefore, as I was slowly but surely healing in the midst of all of it, they can sense when you're healing. They can sense this, and so they're gonna try to figure out how to mess this up. So when I moved in with her, it was little things she would do, like I said, she'll pretend to be she'll pretend to be sad and upset just to get me, just to get attention, because that's all they want. She'll manipulate her way to get attention by having me ask her, "What the hell is wrong? You okay? I thought we was having a good time. I thought if I came here, we was gonna have a good time." Okay, because it dawned on me of the simple fact that damn, she manipulated me to live with them. I could have just said no because at the time we weren't getting along, but then she manipulated me to, live with her and her mother. Okay, and let's fast forward this story. Because I ain't gonna tell y'all the full story. I'm gonna tell y'all the story when I get a chance. But that's not what this is about, unfortunately. It's just the example of what I'm saying. So basically what I'm trying to break down is this woman, she basically, her mom passed away, right? So we was living in the hotel. I say this on most of my videos, even in the beginning. Y'all saw me in the hotel on my first videos that started going not viral, but that started getting me subscribers. The ones that's been here, y'all know what I'm talking about. So when I
throwing Semtex, throwing a stun grenade.
the times the times I made those videos, yes, I was still in the hotel. But before that, I was living hotel to hotel at the time with her. Okay, so I had no job. I had no, this is what I mean about how narcissists finally get their victims. I had no job or whatever, and then I had no, I did have a job actually. I did have a job. I'm sorry, I'm tripping. I had a job, okay, and I work in that Food Lion. Y'all know Food Lion, grocery store, blah blah blah. She actually helped me sign up for that job, okay. So what happened was, it might, when somebody dies in your family, you're gonna act a certain way. You're gonna be down. You're gonna be sad. You're gonna be stressed. There's a time where you could probably accidentally take it out on somebody, but you don't, that's not, you don't always got to do that to people, but it happens. But sometimes people don't mean to do it. You just sad because you lost your family member. I get that, but the narcissists I was dealing with, they're good at manipulating. So it's like she tried to use her mom's death as a weapon, as a tool to get over on narcissistically abusing me. And the way she was doing this is, she'll do something and say, "My mama passed away," or "My mama died," and blah, 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 blah. And she'll say these things, and I'm like, at first I'm feeling bad. So I'm like, yeah, I understand that could be the issue, but stop treating me like that. But I get it. I forgive you. Don't treat me wrong. But I get your mama died. And like I said, at the time I was the one that brought her back to life. Not bring her back to life, but I tried. But it's just a simple fact that I actually put some effort into trying to do CPR on her mother while her brother sat there and was kind of sort of the cause of the whole thing, to be honest, because she was narcissistic to a T, like to the fullest. Her too, except the narcissist I was with was covert. Her brother was not covert. It was, but except it can come out in the public. Like, he was an overt, covert narcissist, whatever you want to call it. He was very narcissistic. So the problem was, like I said, her mom was was laying down on the ground and, on the floor, and you try to help her, get her up. And I'm like, yo, that's your mom right there. And then he tries to fight me. That's a whole different story on that. I'm gonna tell y'all the story about her, the narcissist I was with, her brother. Oh boy, I got some stories to tell about that. That's a whole different ballgame. But the point I'm trying to make is, she got me where, she got me where she wanted me, pretty much. Just like when a snake wrapped their coils around you, when they squeeze you and eat their prey. Okay, because a snake gonna look you in your eye before they eat you, kill you, whatever the case may be. They'll do it. They'll bite you with their venom. You know what I'm saying? Or a black widow will catch you in their web and save you from snack. That's basically what that hotel was. That was like her web of hell, her web of destruction, because all her narcissism fully came out right then and there. There was bits and pieces of narcissism I had to go through before that, but which sucked. But What really sucked was when I lived with her. No. Yeah, when I lived with her, when it was just me and her by ourselves. And the reason why we had to live hotel to hotel because her mom died. Her mom was, the backbone of paying the rent for the, for the apartment we was in.
Saber, you've got the nod.
So the problem was. Let me see something. Yeah. Sorry, I had to see something. So the problem was. We had to live in a hotel, it was me and her. So then I started noticing something about her. Because when you're dealing with a narcissist, they don't like change. The reason why they don't like change, because whatever situation that was when we was living together with her mom, she had somewhat of some control. So she felt like she didn't have no control over anything, It might look, because some covert narcissists, they come off looking innocent and stuff, but they're not all innocent. She didn't have no type of control over me. So it basically, it bothered her. Like, damn, I ain't got nobody to boss around in my own little way. I'm not in control over here. I'm not, you can tell by their vibe, like, what made us move, what made us have no choice but to get out that apartment. We was in a situation where, y'all remember when COVID happened or whatever, and people that lives in the houses and the apartments and stuff, they say they got to get evicted. Well, there was times there was a law saying ain't nobody allowed to get evicted within 3 months or 6 months or some shit like that. And we used that to our advantage. And they kept, what made us leave is when they finally cut the powers off. So we had no choice but to get up out of there. They had to cut the power off, so that's what made us live in hotel. So when we started living in these hotels back and forth, because there was a hotel where you had to be there for 28 days. Then there was another hotel where you had to, after 28 days, you have to leave and come back.
Hostiles launched an SAE. Precision airstrike ready for tasking.
And so, yeah, I was in a hotel. I was in a,
Hostiles launched
I was in a hotel where we had to live there for 28 days and then leave and come out to another hotel that's had that same law, 28 days, because you have to be there for 28 days and then leave for 2 days and come back. So we couldn't do it like that because we had to work. It was a lot. But in the midst of all that, she was getting her narcissistic supply by doing me wrong. Slowly but surely, we will argue even more. Like, we will argue 10 times more about nothing. Then it got worse. She would tell me stuff like, about a school friend I knew from like middle school, or how he had feelings for her anyway, and she tried to make it, she tried to say in her slick little sneaky way, because narcissists, they're cowardly and sneaky. She tried to let me know that she had feelings for him too, even though she was going out with me, just to hurt me, right? And it did. Okay, cool. But here's the thing. A hurt person hurt people, right? So if I go out and hurt somebody, that means I'm hurt about something. Okay? So if I go out and hurt somebody that's innocent, that got love of me, and that I didn't do nothing wrong to me like that, but treat me right. If I go out and do these things, that means I'm hurt. That means I must be hurt about something there. Okay? And so I lost. If anybody hurts you and you ain't do nothing wrong to them, they are considered a loser. Okay, no matter what, you are a loser.
Requesting close air, target marked.
Marvel 3-1, target acquired. Strike in.
Their cover is down. We fire over here. Stun grenade out.
Shot missed. No joy.
VDOS is running.
But like I was trying to say, sorry, I got distracted.
Watch your fire!
But like I said, so the situation at hand was, sorry y'all know I get distracted on my videos. Anyway, But y'all get what I'm saying, right? So the situation then was I was stuck in a situation I couldn't get out of now. Because what happened was she basically manipulated me out of my job. She told me, she said, but before all the bullshit happened, she basically said, "Hey, Katerius, I got you. I got 2 jobs. I'm gonna make sure you I'm gonna make sure you good. Don't worry about money. If you need money, I got you." So I fell for that because I'm like, yo, she do care about me. I'm like, oh, okay. They'll pretend to care about you, and they'll make it look good too. And then that's when she said she lost her second job. And see, that's the thing about narcissists, they're lazy. Okay, I mean, some people can't work 2 jobs, which I can understand that. Like, I try to work 2 jobs. Well, I had no choice but to work 2 jobs for like a couple of days. Just only a few days, and that shit had me tired as fuck. I ain't gonna lie, I was tired. But here's the problem. The problem is she made it look so good. But the problem is with narcissists, they can't keep that mask on too long. They lose energy just like any other person. They lose energy on putting up this facade of I'm this caring, loving person. I'm a sacrifice for you. They pretend like they pretend to be these people to keep you with them, and it worked. It kept me with it, right? You know, so that's why when we was living hotel to hotel, I was stuck with 1 job because I had a good job. I was working at Amazon. Okay, except I didn't really like that job like that. Long story, because that was a breeding ground for narcissists. But don't get me started with that. I'm gonna take a story on that too. Long story on that, because there was a lot of narcissists there, you know. But we lost. But anyway, the thing is, when I was living in these hotels with her, back and forth, we was just trying to get an apartment. As I'm worried about getting an apartment, she's worried about getting her narcissistic supply. Okay, so basically now y'all get what I'm saying, right? Y'all get the breakdown what I'm trying to say. She basically tricked me not into just the relationship. She tricked me into living with her because, like I said, we was not getting along before that because she was narcissistic to me. And somehow she manipulated me into living with her. Her mom passes away. And now I'm stuck with her. At this time, I wasn't looking at it that way. But I started feeling that way after a while. I say, man, something not feeling right. So the things they do for revenge, I guess all the times I've got, you know, they hate it when you're mad at them for what they did too. They look at it as you bothering them. They're looking at it as you doing them wrong. Let's say, for instance, if a person is calling you ugly or calling you names, that's doing you wrong in a sense. You're not going to like it. So, hey, you're going to feel you done wrong. And that makes sense. That's normal. What's not normal is it for them, they got, like I said, they got emotions too. What made her angry and what made her hate me more is because every time she did do something to me, even back then, I would get mad. Even at the last minute, like, I'd give her the treatment she gave me, okay? She would piss me off, and she would constantly, like, do these knick-knack things, and, you know, in her own little way at first. It didn't come out fully until we lived in that hotel, but in her own little way. So every time I got mad, it's like she counted the times I got mad at her because they can't stand it when you pissed at them for, you know, doing, they can't stand it when you pissed at them for doing them wrong. I mean, no, for them doing you wrong. They look at it as, I do you wrong and you just sit there and take it. Don't get mad. They expect you to be a punching bag. And I was not having that. I'll be honest, I was not having that. I mean, shoot, you know what I'm saying? I fought back. They say don't fight back against narcissism, but at the time I was. But I was going hard enough to where she'll leave me alone. Sometimes you fight hard enough and you know what you're doing. You'll win against that narcissist. So I guess I kept winning against her based off the revenge she had to do on me. And the thing I left out for the last video was I had to break that down to get to this point. The reason why, what she used to do is, not only she used to kick me in my stomach, like I said on the last video, she used to do stuff like hide my social security card. She would, you know, she would just do little weird shit, you know, and
Switching mags.
not only hide my social security card, she'll pretend like you know. And let me tell you this: a narcissist, they so low down and dirty.
They're visiting their ancestors.
They will pretend like they did something to make you believe they did it, just so they can piss you off. For an example, my mom, she's so narcissistic. She would pretend like she would call the cops just to get me to, just to do me wrong, and then it'll piss me off. So she would pretend like she'll call the cops and tell them I'm disrespecting her, just so I can say, oh shit, she called the police, let me stop. But I wasn't scared. I still kept going. I still kept, talking, saying what I needed to say to get off my chest on, how I was getting treated. You know how you be like, you're not finna treat me like this and this and that. I'll say stuff like that. Oh, you're not finna treat me wrong. You're not finna hurt me like this no more. Or I'll say stuff like that. Or, I used to say stuff like, just because you my mom don't mean you can treat me like that no matter what. I don't know what your problem is. And maybe I was talking about her narcissism and I didn't even realize it, because I really didn't know what the hell her problem was. She used to always narcissistically abuse me. My mom did. That's how my mom was, right? So the thing was, I would say these things, and she would get on the phone and be like, I'm calling the police. I'm calling the police. You better stop. I'm calling the police. You say one more word. They love to say that out of revenge. You say one more thing. You better shut up. You better shut up. Just like a kid would do. When I was a kid, I used to say stuff like that. I'd tell my older cousin, you better shut up or I'll tell my mama. You better shut up or I'll tell my mama. No, that's what a kid would do. So, that's how they are. So, the thing that happened between, me and the narcissist I was with, she would pretend like, she'll say, I threw your social security, so I can't talk, your social security card outside. I'm like, huh? And so I would go outside, and the pettiest thing she did to me to get revenge on me, just because all the times where I've gotten mad at her and cussed her out for doing me wrong, which I had the right to do, because you just don't go around doing people wrong and they do shit to you. Like, the stuff she did wrong to me was like, stuff behind my back type stuff too. Cheating on me, and I knew something was wrong with her. I knew something was weird about her, right? So she would literally say, that's why I put she'll say, that's why I put your social security card outside of the hotel room in the hallway. Knowing that somebody can, she knew that if somebody, was to take my social security card, they'd do some scam shit, or they'd do some, what my grandma would call it, flim flam stuff. They'd do some messed up stuff where it's take my identity. I mean, I know y'all wonder, how did she get to your wallet to even get your social security card? Or how did she get, because I had it in my bag, my duffel bag, which is my property, right? So her self-entitled ass felt like, since her mom gave me a bag, she felt like she can just go ahead and touch my stuff. So as I'm sleeping, she used to keep me, just like a narcissist, they keep you up all night. You trying to sleep, they keep you up all night. So there was times where I was disoriented. Sometimes I was tired a lot because I had to work and argue with her in the midst of us stressing over the fact that where we're going to live at. We should be worried about where the hell we're going to live at, instead of her trying to get a narcissistic supply. No, she got mad because at the time I was studying narcissism. So I used it against her in my own way, where she would do things, right, and say little mean things, and I'll stay calm and be like, yeah, okay, that's cool. And then I'll ignore her. And she could not stand that. This is how you know she was desperate for attention. She'll say stuff like, talk. And she'll try to use my mom's, motto that we have to get along with each other in a situation like that. Your mom said you have to get along, but your mom said this, but your mom said, I'm like, what are you even talking about? I don't have to get along with nobody that did me wrong. I even told her that. I used to say stuff. I used to say, I don't got to get along with an asshole like you. And then now I'll walk out the door. And so when you leave them in the middle of them talking, oh, it pisses them off. So she would call my mom to make it seem like I'm, thinking that was gonna hurt me, because at the time as a kid, when me and my brother get into it, I'll get into the most trouble. And she saw this happen once. We had a bad argument about something, me and my little brother. And so she used that against me. She figured, oh, wait, so if that happens, they try to go, they so low down, they think the smallest thing that kind of did hurt you the most, they think that's still gonna hurt you again.
I'm reloading.
And they don't have the ability of foresight. They can't see if they can't see the simple fact that when they do the same thing too much, it's not gonna hurt no more. That's like, for example, you know how you go to the doctor and get a shot, and then you got to keep going to the doctor getting shots. Yeah, it's gonna sting at first, but now you're gonna get used to it. Then you're not gonna get used to it. You're gonna get immune to it. Then after a while, it's not gonna even bother you anymore. Her bullshit stopped bothering me after a while. Even in the midst of her trying to narcissistically abuse me, it stopped bothering me. So she had to go through a low down and dirty result. Let me just tell his mom, see what his mom got to say. That didn't work either. She would try to get my mom to make us get along. It's basically to stay connected. Because when you get along with somebody, you stay connected with somebody. To keep us connected so for more abuse. So the thing she did for revenge was, like I said, she would get my social security card and pretend like she'll say, well, like, as I'm trying to sleep, I'm literally laying down. Like, it takes a low-life demonic person to do this. How you literally just getting off work, and I can see that you clearly are tired. You are sleepy and tired. How do you literally wake up out of your half sleep just to go in my duffel bag to get my social security, pretend like you went to go get my social security card and put it in the hallway where somebody can possibly get that and do some identity theft shit. You know what I'm saying? For example, spend $10,000 on a Ferrari in my name type shit. You know what I mean? That could be a bad problem. So I knew this, so I said, hey, look, hold up, bro, you can't be doing me like that. So I believe she did it, because based off her being the bad person she is, or she was, because I ain't with her no more, long gone from that. She basically had me walk in the hallway, and the thing she would do out of revenge would lock me out my own door. So then I had to go back downstairs in the hotel, and now mind you, she knew this. We was on the 7th floor, and she knew the hotel we was in. It was kind of raggedy a little bit, but not all the way. But you can just tell like something was sketchy about it. But we had no choice but to stay there. I mean, it was better than the other hotel we was living in. That was way worse. Way worse. Oh, okay. The office lady was a narcissistic anyway. I ain't gonna get started on that. But anyway, like I said, I experienced a lot of narcissists, even narcissists I don't even know. Okay. But anyway, back to the story. So the problem was when we was living in that hotel, it was like 7 floors. So that's how I ended up getting my cardio and exercise, and that's how I give it all to Jesus. That's why I work at Sam's Club, and I can, I can work and have a lot of stamina most of the time. I still get tired just like any other normal person, but there's times where I be doing like energetic heroic shit, and plus there's nobody to drain my energy in my life anymore. That's what she used to do, drain my energy. So she would lock me out the door, and I would have to go all the way downstairs and say, and it was embarrassing a little bit. It was embarrassing. They know this too. And like I always say, they always do stuff. They always do stuff to where if you try to tell somebody, you ain't gonna be able to tell them because you'll be too embarrassed to tell them. But I'm not, because I don't care about what people think. I'm telling y'all my story now. I'm telling all 800 of y'all. Okay, so I don't care. I never did. So, but my thing is, she would do these things where she would lock me out the door. I'll have to go all the way downstairs, come back upstairs, and then the door's unlocked. She would play these little games, thinking, it'll make her feel better. But then when I go see, she looks still depressed about whatever she's depressed about. I'm like, wow, yo, you are weird. I used to say that. I'll come in the room. She expect me to be like, bitch, don't do this shit to me no more. What's wrong with you? She was looking for that reaction. I didn't give her that. I just looked at me and calmly said, you know what, you really are weird. You know how the way I just said that, right? I would walk in the room. She'd be laying down. I'd be like, you really are weird for that. And she'd be like, shut up, leave me alone, leave me alone. And then that reminded me of something. That's how my mama was. That's how my mama is. Any narcissist, anytime you speak out against the narcissism they do, they looking for that reaction of you getting pissed off. They're not expecting you to be all calm and be like, you say stuff like, why the hell would you do that? Like, what's wrong with you? When you say stuff like that, it pisses them off to the core. Okay, so what I did was, what I did was, that was a hell of a headshot. So what I did was I would walk in that room and say, you know what, woman, something is wrong with you. Like, you have a problem. Like, I don't know what's with you. And then I'll lay back down. And then she'd do the yelling and screaming, leave me alone, leave me alone. But you know what was going on? The more you tell a narcissist they are wrong, the more it plays in their head repeatedly, because they stuck in their shame, because they know what the hell they're doing. She was supposed to be getting a fix off. She was getting a catch off, not a catch. Okay, you know how you do a drug? Okay, you want to get high off this drug, right? Or get drunk or whatever. You get this feeling. She was trying to get this dopamine feeling off, get her anxiety off, the simple fact that she tricked me, right? She tricked me. She made me go outside, locked me out my door, and locked me out the door. And then I had to go down, and then I had to go get another key. I go get another key. That key didn't work. Then I checked the door's unlocked. I come in the room, I tell her these things. She was getting a narcissistic supply of tricking me. It made her feel good that she was tricking me, but it didn't feel so good this one little time, you know? So basically, it didn't work, okay? In a sense, it pissed me off, don't get me wrong, but she didn't get she didn't get what she was looking for out of it. So she couldn't sleep. It's like they can't sleep at night. You know, when you are their victim, they cannot sleep at night knowing that, damn, I did something so hurtful to this person. Why is this person still standing? They can't sleep at night. So that was basically like my story about that was part two about the fact that, you know, the things these narcissists do for revenge. You know, these petty, pathetic things. It was petty and pathetic to do something like that to somebody. Like, you'll think to yourself, the things dealing with a narcissist, you'll think to yourself, like, I know I might get mad, I might talk my junk, I might get into a fight with somebody one day in my life, but I'll never do the dirty things a narcissist would do. But one thing I will say, they do not like it when the tables turn. Because, boy, when I got this YouTube channel, that's when the tables really turned, and I didn't expect that. And how the tables turned, somebody literally came up to me. Somebody told me. Somebody literally told me. Somebody literally told me, a birdie literally told me, you know, so-and-so you're talking about on YouTube, she's miserable without you now. I'm like, what? Every time she watches your YouTube channel, she gets really sad. I'm like, oh my God. So you know the problem was? She wasn't sad that she misses me. She was sad on the simple fact that this was like a year after that, when my YouTube channel started getting blowing up when I had 400 subscribers. She was sad at the simple fact that not only I moved on without her in my life, whether I went out with somebody or not, whether I got a new girlfriend or not. Basically, I ended up prevailing, thriving, and striving, and getting, you know, subscribers and getting popular on YouTube. And my only goal was to just, you know, vent and get out my emotions in a sense. And that was my whole thing. So that's basically the karma she have to deal with now. Every time I get a new subscriber, it kills her inside, because she see that I'm spreading the word about narcissism. Because I warned her, I said, you know what? I'm going to tell everybody about you. I'm going to make sure I find a way to tell everybody. She say, oh, you going to tell your family? No, I don't got to tell my family. I'm going to say, I always tell her, I say, I'm going to figure out a way to get the world to know who you are. Because I started off doing that at my job. And I told everybody at the job how you were towards me. She was like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? But how about I went from that to telling 800 people, 840 something people. And I'm not going to stop. I'm going to teach people how to stay away from these type of people. You know what I'm saying? These narcissists, they think because nobody won't notice it, they gonna get away with it. Nah, they can't get away from themselves. Okay. So just know that if you're dealing with a narcissist, they're mad about something, they're mad at you or whatever, but they're really mad at the fact that they can't control you. But that's been my show, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all go. After this game, I want y'all to like, subscribe, and share. I wasn't expecting this video to be that long, but this is part 2, okay? And like I was trying to say, these narcissists' main goal is to control you. And when they notice they don't got no control over you in some sense, they're getting into a narcissistic rage. Or if they see that you can't easily be manipulated, I can't even talk. When they see that you can't easily be manipulated, when you stop allowing yourself to be manipulated by these imbeciles, it hurt. That's where it hits them, where it hurts. You know, so when they mind games don't work anymore, they'll get desperate and do the most weirdest, wickedest things, and they'll do it enough to where you're not gonna be able to tell nobody. But the ones that's telling people about this, I support y'all. You know what I'm saying? So they make it a way you ain't gonna be able to tell nobody. But they'll do the most weirdest thing. Another thing she would do out of revenge. She would throw, I say this on most of my videos, she would throw, and I'm not embarrassed to talk about it, she would throw Q-tips at me, literally throwing Q-tips at me. I'm like, what the fuck? And this is all because she got so used to me being this angry guy. I was known as this angry guy because I used to hate when people do me wrong, so I'll stay mad most of the time. I'll be still the silly, same old person y'all see me as now. Positive. But I'll just stay mad at somebody doing me wrong. But at this point in time, when I started studying narcissism, that was my secret weapon, and I ended up beating the narcissist. Okay, and how I kept beating her, I kept watching videos and learning new things about it, and then I took some of that knowledge and used it for my channel. And now my channel is it's solid now. Everything's going great for me now. And that's why I appreciate y'all. And I'm trying to dominate these dudes on this game. But yeah, so that's pretty much it, man. You know, the weird, crazy, petty things these narcissists be doing, man. It's like, when you're going out with a narcissist, you're not going out with a human. You're going out with a ghost, apparently, because the love and affection they're giving you is not real. They only do enough to keep you to keep you in their circle. And the narcissists, they can't be alone. They have anxiety. Do you know what they have anxiety for? Dealing with themselves. They got to deal with themselves every day. When there's times when we're in our life, we're gonna always be around people. We're gonna be by ourselves. Like, I don't care if it's for like 20 minutes or 30 minutes. They still got to deal with themselves. So what they got to deal with is the shame and guilt of doing people wrong that they supposed to love. But anyway, that's been my time, y'all. I hope y'all like this video, comment, and share. I didn't mean for this video to be that long, but here it is. Peace and love. Like, subscribe, and share.